Having once appeared on the radars of martial arts fans, Rose Namajunas conquered them with her beauty. However, the true love of fans has brought something else.
Right hand by Waters. Oh! Namajunas with a huge head kick!
Several of those inside low kicks.
Despite the popular recognition, Rose's path to the peaks of MMA was extremely thorny, but not less interesting for that.
Right hand, there's the tap! Done!
Today we're going to take a look Rose Namajunas' dramatic journey to UFC title.
Rose Namajunas!
Rose's story begins on June 29, 1992. The athlete's homeland is the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but the girl's parents are Lithuanians by nationality. Namajunas is a successor to the sports traditions of her family. Her grandfather, Algimantas Andriukonis, was a multiple champion of Lithuania and the Soviet Union in wrestling. Rose began her own path in sports at the age of 5 with the Taekwondo. By the age of 9, the future UFC champion had already received a youth black belt in this discipline, and later switched to learning karate and jiu-jitsu. Namajunas got into mixed martial arts at the age of 16 when she began performing as an amateur, having achieved 4 victories in a row with no losses. Rose made her debut as a professional. In 2013, 20-year-old Namajunas made her first appearance at the event of the prestigious Invicta Fighting Championship. The cage was shared with Emily Kagan, who already had 2 fights.
Like Ivan Drago. Now let's see if
In the first round, Rose showed an advantage in grappling skills, catching her opponent in a dangerous triangle.
Beautiful!
Wow.
Oh, man! That was so...
But she slammed the thug.
That's deep. Oh, Emily does not.
The denouement of the fight came in the 3rd round, in which Rose fully realized her advantage in jiu-jitsu and choked Emily.
Still in safety. Oh, wow.
1 minute
There's a tap from Kagan.
Good call, Julie.
Rose Namajunas!
3 months later, Rose returned to Invicta's cage, where she was greeted by Katina Catron. That night, Rose's killer instinct was switch on.
Action underway, the bell comes out swinging.
Rose landed a very nice right hand. Oh, flying armbar attempt. Oh, she sweeps her over. It's done. Holy cow.
The fight ended even before it started, and this victory stands alone between Rose's victories.
Leg was caught.
Rose Namajunas!
Soon, Rose received a new fight, in which she fought with another future UFC fighter, Tisha Torres.
The best in the business, referee Big John McCarthy calls for the bell, and we are underway.
At the beginning of the fight, the future champion worked well from both stances, showing the audience her taekwondo.
Attempted axe kick.
Counters with a low leg kick, misses with that kick, but there's a Torres 23, Namajunas 21.
And by the end of the segment, she went for the armbar, but could not finish it. In the 2nd round, Torres added some aggression.
And then Torres runs right into her right hand, but there she
Big tap her right hand.
And then left uppercut by Torres. Namajunas feeling the power of Torres along the
At this point.
There's the 1-2 from Torres. Again now, continues to pepper Namajunas, who catches.
In the final 5-minute period, Rose made a takedown and controlled her opponent on the ground for a long time. But in the eyes of the judges, this was not enough, and Torres got a unanimous decision victory.
The tiny tornado, Tisha Torres!
With a record of 2-1, Namajunas and her rival Tisha received an invitation to participate in the 20th season of The Ultimate Fighter show. In the qualifying bouts, Rose faced Alex Chambers. The entire fight took place in one round. Thug was actively working in the stand-up.
Just like that. Fire back.
And at the last minute, she got Alex's back and choked her.
Rose.
The next challenge for Rose was Joanne Calderwood. Rose worked well in the first round, threw a lot of accurate and spectacular kicks. In the second segment, Calderwood woke up, did a good job in the clinch, made a takedown, but was caught to the Kimura.
Get your knee down.
This match was awarded as the best fight of the 20th season of Tough.
Winner by Kimura, Rose.
In the semifinals, Rose faced Randa Marcos.
You ready, ma'am? Fight's on.
A minute after the start of the match, girls were on the ground on the initiative of Namajunas. Thug actively worked in grappling aspect and soon went for Kimura. In just 2.5 minutes, Rose won and reached the final of the show.
Tap out. Due to a Kimura and moving on, Rose.
In the final bout of the season, Namajunas faced Carla Esparza for the title of finalist of the show and for the belt of the first UFC strawweight champion.
By crowning a champion for the first time in the show's history.
At the beginning of the fight, Rose worked as the first number.
Flying knee attempt, not there. Pressure.
But at the same time, she missed a lot on hands. And
Esparza is the UFC strawweight champion of the world, Carla Cookie Monster Esparza!
Becoming a part of new strawweight division, Rose was signed to UFC and returned to the cage at UFC 192 against Angela Hill.
Representatives, here we go. White for Angela.
After her previous failure on the ground, in this fight she decided to play the grappling card, having a takedown from the clinch
But you're really seeing much better. Beautiful takedown by
and
Rose.
going to the choke.
She's passed out.
It is all over. Rose Namajunas.
Man.
Thug Rose Namajunas!
With unexpected changes in her image on the contrast to her rival, who was a favorite of UFC media machine Paige Van Zandt, Rose headlined the Fight Night Series event.
Namajunas. And we are underway. Namajunas and Paige.
However, the hype train started to go off the rails in the first round.
Paige is reaching a little bit with her arms. She's got to be careful. And she's very good when she's on the back and sick in this rear naked choke. Paige has got to be really careful.
Van Zandt's face became a bloody mess, and judges gave 10-8 for Rose. The second, third, and fourth rounds were an exact copy of the first one. Rose threw punches in the stand-up, but damage was delivered on the ground, where she was also near to submission victory.
No quit in her. Seconds winding down in round 3. The
audience saw the logical outcome of the fight in the fifth round, when Rose finally completed what she had begun.
This is under. This is tight.
And this one might do it.
This is there it is.
So Rose Namajunas finishes the Thug Rose Namajunas!
After the very confident victory over Van Zandt, Namajunas got the rematch with Tecia Torres, but now at the positions of the contenders number 3 and 4.
Earn the victory. Here we go. Rose Namajunas. She is in the...
Mutual respect of fighting skills filled the air. having set up work at the distance, as well as raising the degree of pressure. Namajunas takes the initiative into her own hands. But Torres was ready to fight for every inch.
He fights like this all the time. Oh, good combination.
Rose was also the conductor of the last 5 minutes of fight. At the end of the round, Rose had an important takedown, claiming the status of winner.
Thug Rose Namajunas!
Karolina Kowalkiewicz became the next person to share the octagon with Namajunas. In this fight title, chance was at stake.
Why is such a good coach?
Here you go. Here we go. Co-main event.
For the first few minutes, Thug took over the fight, worked at the distance, but the end of the round blurred the impression.
And knees by Karolina. Beautiful. She's got her back.
10
She's
seconds.
almost there.
The second 5-minute period took place on a collision course. Kowalkiewicz perfectly imposed a clinch and worked with her knees.
Knees in the clinch.
Amateur fight. Namajunas' cardio.
Well, they're so efficient.
Again with the clinch in the knees.
Nasty clinch and knees.
While Rose lobbied for a fight at the distance.
Nice leg kick.
Unafraid to continuously engage.
In the last segment, Pole managed to impose her rhythm of battle on Rose and made her to make mistakes even in her own game.
Nice right
Knees to the body by Kowalkiewicz.
Good hands, more Muay Thai. Oh,
Beautiful
big
right
shot.
hand. Nope, Karolina
Hammer
on top.
fist.
Wild exchange at the bell.
They go the distance.
Karolina Kowalkiewicz!
Namajunas again had to seek the right for a title chance, and Michelle Waterson, whom she met at UFC on Fox 24, helped her in this.
UFC tested. Taking on number 6, Michelle Waterson.
For the first segment, Karate Hottie Waterson worked well with sidekicks on all floors, had a takedown,
Kick lands for the Karate Hottie.
Well, and she's able to get her down. It's going to be Namajunas.
Waterson turns with the
Prefer control and posture.
Oh!
Work your way back up, and huge elbow there from Rose.
The epilogue came in the second round, when Namajunas read the opponent's timing.
Nice right hand by Waterson. Oh! Namajunas with a huge head kick! Waterson recovered quickly.
Feeling the smell of blood, Rose brought the duel to its logical conclusion.
Waterson trying so hard to stay in this fight. Fighting hands, there's the tap! Thug Rose Namajunas! Thug Rose Namajunas!
After a spectacular victory over Waterson, Rose got the opportunity to face the dominant Polish champion, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, who was already going for her 6th title defense. Fans' doubts about Rose's mental readiness due to previous fails in the most important fights, as well as the aura of Joanna's invincibility, draw odds of 1 to 5. Almost no one gave Rose a chance, including Jędrzejczyk herself. However, this was a lesson for the Polish champion.
In a kickboxing situation.
Yeah.
Down to Namajunas! Jędrzejczyk.
Well, Rose.
Another knockdown! Rose Namajunas trying to close the show!
She was doing a great job of fading. That's it. Unbelievable. Look at this. Boom. The lights go out in Georgia. Jody's.
Left hook destroyed the 6th title defense of the Polish champion. After going through a series of ups and downs, Rose finally got to the highest award, UFC Gold.
Undisputed UFC strawweight champion!
According to the laws of the genre, the former dominant champion got an immediate title rematch in order to check that the losing of title wasn't accidental.
With a lot of local support here in New York, and we are underway. Tonight's Fight Clock is brought to
Having
you by
spent the
Modelo.
first round in reconnaissance mode, in the second segment, the champion increased her activity and hit the pole several times tightly.
Well, like Jędrzejczyk has to cover more distance.
For you, I'm not afraid. Oh, she clipped to the left.
In the third and fourth rounds, Joanna began to act more openly, but it did help much. Namajunas skillfully evaded strikes and accurately counterattacked.
This is the best in 135.
Namajunas pulls in a little bit tighter. That's been the key to it.
At the end of the battle, Jedrzejczyk looked completely confused. Her face was beaten and bleeding, and Thug confidently went forward and delivered heavy 1-2 combinations.
Final round.
Beaches had trouble with her accuracy in her 2 fights.
Crowd. Takedown. Thug Rose.
As a result, the judges gave a well-deserved victory to Rose Namajunas. In her second title defense, the champion met hard-hitting Brazilian Jessica Andrade, who gained momentum in a new weight division.
Concerned that she is the even money underdog in defense of her belt tonight. With that touch of gloves, we are under.
Throughout the first round, Rose controlled the distance and caught her opponent with hard crosses.
Oh, man! She's getting tagged, though. It's not enough. She's got to be first. The jab in the right hand. Oh! Andrade's getting stunned!
Brazilian athlete tried to slam Namajunas, but unsuccessful.
To the Kimura. No matter where she goes, she will have that Kimura. And Kimura stays locked in. Still got it. That's what happens with a Kimura trap. Straight to the armbar. She's going to transition.
In the second segment, the picture of the battle did not change. The champion effortlessly avoided the challenger's attack, delivered her strikes,
They want her to keep fighting like this.
Nice counter hook again. That's her best punch, Rose.
but 2 minutes before the bell, Jessica pinched Rose to the fence.
Nope, can't lift there. She'll still get it. Oh! She slammed her right under. No, you can't! Jessica Rose! How did she do it? And as we see here, she switches her head to the outside, just as DC said, and put her on her head. That is the one thing that counters a Kimura.
Such a landing immediately knocked Rose out unconscious, and the referee immediately stopped the fight.
Knockout and new undisputed.
After going through serious psychological difficulties, Rose, a year later, goes for rematch with the Brazilian. By that time, Jessica had lost her title in a fight with Zhang Weili.
Ready? Have fun, ladies.
All right, this fight clock is brought to you by GovX.com. Savings for those who.
At the beginning of the fight, Andrade acted aggressively, tried to make a dogfight.
But she's looking good here.
The American fought the same way as in the first fight, keeping her opponent at the distance.
A lot of it is stemming from the head movement.
In the second segment, Namajunas only gained momentum.
And all indications are unlike Andrade, though.
The flying knee was a secret weapon.
On that blue corner of Thug Rose Namajunas, there's the knee.
Having changed the strategy and working with charged single shots, the Brazilian manages to give judges some reasons for hesitation.
Little wobble there for a second. Andrade, though, really. Oh! That one definitely did damage. Big hit. Oh, there it is. Now 50 seconds to go. A lot of damage.
However, they saw Namajunas as the winner.
Thug Rose Namajunas.
The rematch victory allowed the former champion to get a new chance to fight for the title. Her opponent was the Chinese athlete Zhang Weili, who came through the entire division on her way to the title, and continued with the impressive title defense. As once in a fight with Joanna, Rose entered the octagon as underdog, but again, she managed to surprise the whole world.
Namaroff bold character since 1870.
Several of those inside low kicks. Again, look at this. Look how perfect this is. Smack.
Oh my goodness.
Out cold. Doesn't know what's going on.
Perfect high kick, like a switch, put out the light of the champion.
Hit herself in the head like, oh my God.
History tends to repeat itself, especially in sports. The girls got immediate rematch.
Oh my goodness.
I love this.
Shape your legend in EA Sports UFC 4. Get the prime icon.
At the start, the champion, as always, worked well on her feet and delivered shots.
Nice stick.
For someone that's so small.
Zhang, in turn, was more interested in wrestling and low kicks.
Locked in that moment. Namajunas gets this done, and Rose Namajunas makes to her setups as the fight goes on.
In the second round, Rose also continued to hold her line.
Mixing up the takedown. Good combination. Truly arrived. When we've seen on many occasions tonight.
However, Zhang tried not to miss her opportunities.
Slow down the movement.
Big left hand stumbles Namajunas.
Takedowns are going to be for Zhang Weili, or was.
And again with that low kick. I mean, she is just... and winds up on top.
At the end of the round, Rose also decided to show her skills on the ground.
Side, Joe. She's going to be under it. She gets taken down by Rose.
The third 5-minute period was the most productive for the Chinese contender.
Tremendous grappling by Zhang Weili into the mount. Amazing.
Beautiful.
The first championship round went under the control of the Chinese until she lost her position on the ground and was locked under Rose for a half of the round. In last 5 minutes, Namajunas decided to concrete her victory. The takedown with a hook was perfect.
Let's go, Rose. Let's go.
Big takedown for Thug Rose.
After taking her opponent down almost in the very center of the cage, Namajunas did not give Zhang the opportunity to stand up and to judges to doubt in their decision.
You did it! UFC Flyweight Champion of the World, Thug!
Old new champion got a chance to revenge her previous title failure against Carla Esparza, who had now a 5-victory win streak. But the whole fight was a female version of Ngannou Lewis fight that could be highlighted by just a few takedowns.
10-9.
All right, shot from Esparza.
That was Carla's got 10, Rose has 6.
Oh, she gets the takedown now. Rose is back up. Now this is what we should have seen up to engage.
Sixth
there's
shot.
another shot.
See, this one here is more difficult for Namajunas. Yep, this is a more difficult proposition. Does that? Look, now she's got her back. She's gonna put, there it is. Look.
All right, so 2 takedowns in the round for Esparza.
Sure, Joey.
Late shot from Namajunas.
Take her down. Rose is wrong. Rose is wrong.
Namajunas was credited with that takedown.
UFC Undisputed Strawweight.
After losing her gold accessory, Rose made the decision to move up a weight class, where she was greeted by the new shark of the division, Frenchwoman Manon Fiorot, who was riding a streak of 5 wins in a row and was considered a future contender for a title rendezvous champion. Having taken the center of the cage, Fiorot was not going to give it up. Not letting up, but lowering the level of opposition, Rose goes out for her second attempt at flyweight. In the octagon, she was met by Amanda Ribas, who alternated wins and losses, but was very tough.
A former champ, she wants to be a legend, she's got to beat one. She'll try to do that. Rose Namajunas.
The first effective action of the fight was a takedown from the Brazilian. However, Rose was able to get up. Toward the end of the round, Amanda managed a judo throw, but even here, Rose was able to parry this action and hold Ribas until the end of the round.
There you go. We will keep it here between.
The second segment went under the banner of counterattacks.
Rose switches southpaw and attacks. She would be able to crack the code and know when to attack. She's looking pretty good here, although Ribas holds.
Until Rose went for a takedown.
Halfway through round 2 when Namajunas attempts her first takedown.
Later, Ribas risked going for a submission, but the risk didn't pay off, and she gave away the end of another round.
Nonetheless, she's not afraid of throwing that technique, even though final seconds of round 2 tick away, and we will head to a third.
The luck in wrestling smiled on the Brazilian only at the end of the third round.
As well, when she gets into those dogfight positions.
Now here's a moment. Now with the headlock for the Brazilian, who is back in the fight.
Yeah, needed that round.
However, the fickle luck went to the American already in the next round.
Position for a lot of this fourth round after she got taken down.
Being better in both striking and wrestling throughout the fight, Rose spent the last round in a calm mode.
Out of range is Hebos.
Good footwork, stay on the outside, avoid the big spins. Like you're winning, you're scoring, you don't want to be reckless, you don't want to put yourself in danger.
Namajunas looking to polish.
And naturally took her victory by unanimous decision.
Rose Namajunas!
Already writing her name in mixed martial arts history as a two-time UFC champion and permanent resident of the top women's pound-for-pound ranking, Rose Namajunas has developed from a just pretty MMA girl who was not taken seriously by fans to a real elite of the world MMA, whose skills many male fighters can envy.
Well, Rose... Let's go, Rose.
Rose landed a very nice right hand. Oh, flying armbar attempt. Oh, she sweeps her over. It's done.
Get your knee down.
Let go. Nice right hand by Waters.
Now, she continues to build and cement her legacy as one of the hottest and most dominant female fighters. Not bad for a girl who was called a thug as a child.